All right, Coach. What have the last 2 weeks been like for the team? From the pole vaulters competing last weekend to kids that weren't in competition.
Right. Pole vaulters went this past weekend just because we need a little bit more time on that runway. We train on a elevated runway, but we're going to compete on a flat runway, so I want to make sure we've got that feel. Also, the visuals for the pole vaulters a little bit when they get in the air. I want them to be comfortable down in Birmingham and working on some little technical things. So it was just a good chance for us to go down there and get some extra work in. Everybody else from the team, we had the weekend off, so no travel, get caught up on homework, be relaxed, and fighting a few injuries and a little bit of illness. So try to keep everybody healthy and ready to go for this weekend. And right now, I think based on what we've seen so far this week, it was a good choice to leave everybody home. I think everybody's hungry and excited and ready to go for this weekend.
Great. And so this will be the second and third time this season that some of our student athletes are competing at Birmingham. How much will that familiarity and the routine benefit the team this weekend?
I think it will definitely help. We're staying at the same hotel we stayed at, so we know the process at the hotel. We know how the breakfast works there. We know everything with that and travel time, so we know what we're doing there. The facility itself, they've got a specific way they do things, so we've learned that. We know how that works, and I think everybody that's competing has been on the track. We haven't had too many chances to be on a banked track this year, so it's really big for our sprinters to be able to be out there and know the feel of that bank. So it's going to be a definite advantage for us, I think, going into it. But at the end of the day, you're fast, you jump well or you don't. So I think when it all boils down to it, it's great that we've been there, so we are familiar with it, we're comfortable, but at the same time, it's championship weekend, so it's time to go.
Sure. And so what sort of preview can you kind of give for this weekend's championships, and what are our strengths and weaknesses that you'd consider?
Well, I think we've got some spread out strengths. Obviously, we've got some good 200, 400 sprints going into it. I think our distance runners have a chance to make a better impact than they have in the last couple of years, men's and women's side. I think we're expecting some really good performances there. Our field events, obviously with our jumps, I think we should show well in the jumping events and all of the jumping events. And then in the throws, we're a little bit thin in the throws. My men have a chance to get out there and compete for some points. It's going to be really tough this year for them, but both Brett and Joel could go out and score for us this weekend. And everybody we have going can score at the conference championship, which is exciting. Unfortunately, we're taking a smaller group than is ideal, but everybody that we're taking can score, can go out there and help us. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Everything that we watch, we're going to be pretty much full of anticipation because everybody can score, everybody can PR, and I think we're ready to go. We're just a small group. We've got some injuries and some sickness that we're trying to rebound from, but it's going to be exciting for everybody. So every event is going to be worth watching. If somebody wants to try to keep up with it online, I wouldn't turn away from any event that we're in.
That's great. And so finally, what are your goals, or what would you like to see out of the team this weekend?
Well, I think this weekend, it's for some of the kids, we're looking at definitely podium finishes, top three, things like that. I think we've got a good handful of kids that should be expecting that. Everybody should be expecting to score. Everybody has that opportunity. And anytime at a conference championship, if you can go out and set a PR or your lifetime best, that's all we can hope for. And I think everybody is primed for that. I think the coaches have done a fantastic job of peaking everybody. So I think a lot of PRs, and then the scores fall where they fall. But if we go out there and do our best, we're going to be very happy with the win.